the sun comes up, before the world gets loud. Most got a diet pop, her thoughts unbound. From Sharnado facts to conspiracy flair, aliens, ghosts, and bad 80s hair. It's musings with Mo, you never quite know where the words will wander or how deep they'll go. Unfiltered, unscripted, wild in the brain. It's chaos and comfort, nothing quite the same. It's musings with Mo, she's on a roll, serving big thoughts with a side of soul. One part snark, two parts strange delights, streaming live from the edge of night. It's musings with Mo. It's musings with Mo.
Good morning, everyone. It is Friday and we are getting ready for a great day. And I have just realized that I myself, as your unlicensed, unbonded, and unreliable spiritual guidance, guru, well, I am motivated more by spite than anything else in this world because now that I get to see this heifer, Donna Adelson, crying when she's found guilty, I am motivated by the power of 1,000 suns and the angry vengeance of all of my imaginary Scottish ancestry to dig through and organize my wigs with like the motivation of Thor, not my cat Thor, but the shirtless Thor. To get my wigs out so I can do a Donna crying because I don't know about you, but I have had, in a term that I apparently made up yesterday, full-on hate boner for her. No semi-chub, no pre-hate boner, full-on hate boner for Donna Adelson. I do not like interfering people who believe they know best and don't mind meddling in other people's lives, but act like the martyr when their lives are affected. So I am glad. And the more I learn about this judge, again, I haven't been covering the Adelson case. That might be the next one we go into on the Petty Express because it seems like the judge wants none of the shenanigans. That being said, this looks like just her personal train wreck, and I don't know, it probably says something deeply terrible about me, but I could just watch her crying on a loop like a morphine drip, and I think Hagatha the leg would be completely okay with it. Like, I think I'd have my first pain-free day in 4 years, which I say as a complete joke because right now both feet feel like ice blocks. Which, can I just rant for a second? Like, I often wonder, and I'll just, musings are just wherever my mind goes. So we might get back to the whole hate, spite, boner thing, later. But can I just say that I am just in no way like understanding why my body. I've gotten used to like the feeling of frostbite. I really have. Although I have wondered because CRPS can go one of two ways. You either feel like your leg is on fire, the hot fire burning almost like it's in an oven, or it can be like a freezing fire. That's kind of what I have. And I've often wondered, like, gosh, I would take a couple days of the burning fire, and both I am sure are hell in their own specific ways. So I don't wish it on anyone. And this is not a big old like weepy poor me thing. But I will say that having been a hot-blooded person my entire life, my body's internal thermometer and like thermostat being constantly played with by like rabid, like the Tibble twins from Arthur. It's ridiculous. It is the weirdest thing to not have any like control over your body thermostat because it can be 80 degrees outside. Mr. Mo, my room is like consistently nearly trying to kill him. It's a sauna. Nick would feel comfortable. It's, a sauna. But I just can't for the life of me figure out my internal, thermometer. And apparently neither can, Mother Nature. So I do feel seen. Thank you, Mother Nature. Nature. Now, if you could get your weird Greta Thunberg child to stop, well, stop taking pictures, because when there's not a trigger warning and I'm just scrolling through trying to find news stories and Greta Thunberg or whatever, Doomsberg, looking like Lord Farquaad comes up. I Look, I just need a trigger warning. I cannot be asked to deal with trying to maintain hydration, spiritual calmness, and Greta Thunberg in a stupid haircut. Okay, look, we all have our limits, and that's mine, all right? Welcome to Mo's personal therapy, where she just talks at herself. It is Friday, you guys. We are going to have so much fun. I will be doing the weekly roundup, then heading over to Megan's to look more into the Tim's case. It is startlingly terrifying, the amount of Georgia cases where children with, you know, undiagnosed medical issues are being taken from children. Megan has been kind of the vanguard on some of these, medical kidnapping cases since the Maya Kowalski case, and it is just heartbreaking what this family went through. They did get found not guilty, so that is the silver lining, but the sad, horrible, and irrevocable truth is that they lost 3 years of their sons' lives, because of overzealous and unfounded accusations and blatant disregard for actual medical issues that were wrong with these children. So it is not the easiest case, but Megan Flux, Rosalind, and me will try to make it better. We will be working this weekend on the Chris Wolfenberger. With the fluctuations in weather, it's probably going to be a spectacularly inside cat weekend for me, but I am feeling motivated. Just another housekeeping reminder, though, as we're going through my train of thought, remembering things spur of the moment. The 15th, 16th, and 17th, I will be having infusions. So I will have videos stacked up. I am going to be dropping down to one video a day from the stream, but that way I can have kind of a backlog for these coming weeks where I can have more videos on days I don't stream, particularly those days. So, it'll still be like having Mo, and there might be pop-up streams if I'm feeling froggy now that I've got a super cool laptop and headset doodaddy thing that I can talk and hear stuff with. I know you guys like my technical skills. I'm like, I've got a talkie chatty bot. I still have better audio than most of court, so yay. And once I figure out a lapel mic, it's on like Donkey Kong. And figuring out how to use my phone as a camera, which you would think would not be such a block, but is actually a giant block to me because I don't get any of this stuff. That being said, it has been a wonderful week. I mean, that's the one thing that I wish people would do. We spend a lot of time, at least I did my first couple years of being hurt. Again, look, I am not a litmus test for doing everything right. Like I had my own pity year. Like, not forget a parade. I threw like the Millennium Jamboree of pity, okay? Fueled by Mike and Ike's and self-loathing, all right? So, I am in no way telling you that if you're having a hard time, if you're in the pity, jamboree part, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Because, first of all, when has that advice ever fucking worked? And second of all, who the hell am I to tell you what you're going through? That being said, I will say that I got really tired of my pity party. And when I started looking around and noticing all the good things I still had in my life, my life really started to change. I know it sounds hokey, and it was work. I mean, I started with just one or two things a day that I was thankful for. And then I went up to five things and then 10 things. And it wasn't always easy, but it really started making me change my kind of pity me focus. A- And I still have, look, everyone's going to have days where life just kicks you in the left boob and keeps on kicking, and you have to sometimes surrender to the inevitable mundaneness of a day. All I'm saying is that sometimes we don't see all the good because we're only focusing on the bad, and I am totally guilty of that. But maybe this Friday, if you're having maybe a pity kind of time, we can make you laugh. Because even when I was having my pity parade, streams that were funny, that got me out of my own head, were a blessing, and hopefully I can pay that forward. And look, I just kept the Donna picture up the entire time because it just feeds my soul, y'all. It is what it is. The first step is admitting you have a problem. The second is staying there for spite to make fun of Donna Adelson, at least in Moe's book. I don't know what the third step is. I'll get back to you tomorrow, you guys. I hope to see you hanging out all day today. Pretty much going to be on stream all day. I've got mornings with a weekly roundup. Then I'm going to Megan's. Then we've got the pre-game, and then we've got Friday Night Lights, yay, with the experts. So we have got a jam-packed Friday for you. I hope you have a great day. If I don't see you, and remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, but have a sassy mouth and carry a can of bitch fire because kindness is sometimes pointing out stupid and laughing at jerks when they get their own comeuppance. Bye, you guys.